Okay, it's 6:01. Okay, we are right on time. Welcome, I welcome you all. Welcome to my stream. Today we will be going to do about what's today? Today we are going to do HTML. Okay, so let me introduce you with me once again. Yeah, hello, hi to everyone. So I'm Aditya Jain. I'm from Educators. Yeah, doing stream here. Cool. Hello, Pawan. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Welcome. Hello. Hi. Cool. Hi. Wow, exciting. Hi. Today's topic is so interesting. Yeah, very good evening. Yeah. Hi. So in okay, let me introduce myself once again. A lot of people joined. So my name is Aditya Jain. I'm from Educators, and I just started doing streams at Creator. So here it is. So my channel at Creator has total 3 streams, including this one. Yeah. Good evening. So in the previous streams, we were doing something related to Python. So we have done the basics of Python in the very first stream, and in the second stream was a little bit for intermediates, where we do a hands-on project. Yeah, you can watch the previous recorded streams. And in this one, we are going to do HTML. How awesome is this? Most versatile. Yeah. So you guys have idea like what is this thing HTML? Any idea? You can write in the chat. Chat is your best friend. You can write in the chat, interact with me. Yeah, hypertext markup language. Cool. That's a full form. But what do you think about like when you heard about HTML? Only full form used to create web pages. Yes, backbone. Standard markup language. Wow, nice. Presentation on browsers. Wow, man. Cool. Any more suggestions? क्या है ये HTML? Used in front-end applications. We have big words now. Created by Tim. Yeah, really a nice guy. He created HTML. The backend coding of web pages. By using HTML, we can create front page in any website. Cool, very nice. That's the beauty you guys always have with the certain ideas what you are going to learn in this class. So awesome, you all. Wow. All right. So what I will be doing here, really appreciate you. Okay. So I will be pulling some slides from my HTML course at Educators. So you get a little insights of Educators. Yeah, me too, man. Okay, so let me share my screen. I hope you can see me, but let me share um, some slides. Okay, so we have a full course on web dev for beginners, and from there I pulled the HTML things for you guys. Yeah, internet is a little leggy. I checked the internet speed just before the class. It was good. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. We have a lot of people today. Wow. All right. So I hope the screen is shared. You can see web dev beginner course HTML. It's from educators. And in this class, we will be discussing about HTML things. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. And one more thing, guys. Um, can I let this music on or it's creating disturbance? Is it okay to play music in background? No issue. Cool. It's good. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So this is the very first slide introduction. Web dev. Basically, yeah. थोड़ा सा नाम से clear हो रहा होगा. We use HTML for web developments. Not getting any music. Probably because of this mic, the small thing. It's a, it has a active noise cancellation. Okay, guys, please look into the chat window. One of my friend from Creator has put a WhatsApp link. It's a group actually. It's a WhatsApp group link. You guys can join this one, and I'm in this group, so you can ask questions directly. There is no only admin sort of thing in this one. So you guys all are free to post questions, memes maybe. Okay, you guys can join it. I will give you 60 seconds. Join it. Yeah. Hello. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Keep joining, all of you. Cool. Time up. Let's come back. Let's come back. Come back. Okay, I hope you have joined. Used to look at elements in the HTML page. Yeah. Okay. So interview question HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I think we have some sort of plans. I think at Educators we have a plan to create this video interview sort of questions for only HTML, only CSS, HTML, CSS, only JavaScript. So probably it's in plan. All right, guys. So come back and let's start with this awesome stream. We are going to learn about HTML. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about prerequisites. So whenever we start a new course, a new anything, there are some prerequisites. So first of all, you should know how to use computer. Actually, there is no prerequisite to learn HTML, and nothing is there. It's just basic things. You should have a computer where you can practice your code. You have used web passively. I think you have used web passively, actively. Both ways you have used the web. Third is basic works environment setup. तो थोड़ा बहुत setup करना आना चाहिए. And the last one is important. Understand how to create and manage files. So you should know how to create files. You should know how to manage files, create folders, subdirectories, all these things you should know. Yeah, and it's a very simple thing you have learned in school. So I think we all are quite good with this prerequisites. So let's jump to the next one. And here are the learning objectives. So you already know, if someone have joined my very first class, so I go very structuredly one by one. I have all think everything organized for you. So yeah, so these are the learning objectives. So first of all, we will see what is HTML. Basically, it will be an introduction. Second, we will see some history of HTML because that's very important, and then we will compare some newer, older versions of HTML. Then we will see what are the system requirements, and finally, we can install the softwares. So this is the objective of this particular chapter. Okay, I go chapter wise chapter. So this is the very first chapter in web dev course, where we talk about HTML. So yeah, the very first thing, the HTML. So many of you have posted the right answer in the chat. The full form of HTML, that was hypertext markup language. Yeah. So it stands for HTML stands for hypertext markup language. So we have a lot of words here. First of all, we have hypertext, yeah, and then we have markup language. So can anyone tell me how many language computer understand? How many languages computer understand? Quickly write in the chat. Chat is your best friend. Yeah, write in chat how many languages computer understand. No idea. Come on. You have to write how many languages computer understand. Using binary code, computer can understand one only. Binary code, zero and one. Yeah, nice, my nice, cool. So computer only understand binaries, right? But that's a system actually. That's a system, binary system. Yeah. But if we talk about languages for us like developers, so what sort of languages we can write, and those languages, like it will generate some maybe object file, maybe class files, maybe bin files, and then that is understood by the computer. Okay, got it. Cool, nice. But if I categorize computer languages, we have three broad category for languages, for computer languages. So the very first category is the programming language. Okay, a computer can understand programming language. Like you write the program, you compile the program, and that compiled file will be the executable basically. Yeah. Second are your script. So scripting languages you can say. Again, third is your markup. Object oriented programming language is basically that support object orientation. Okay, so it's like a scheme, it's like a you know how we write, it's a paradigm. Object orientation, it's a paradigm. Okay, so languages that supports object oriented paradigm are object oriented programming language. So basically it's programming language. So broadly we have three categories. The first one is your um, programming, second is your scripting, and third comes your markup. Okay, so you guys know the difference between them, or should I help you with this one? It's very important to know. You want me to give something? I have actually some slides. Okay, one, just give me a second. I have khazana. I have a lot of content. So give me a second. I will pull it for you. Literally a lot of things, a lot of slides, a lot of courses. Okay, so I have to stop sharing before sharing this next page. So I will share Chrome tab, and here it is, computer languages. Yeah, cool. Again, I think you can see the screen. It says computer languages. All right, all right. So, what is a computer language? So, it's a language that computer understands. It's very simple words actually. It's a language that computer understands, and they are written formally. Okay, so आपने English grammar में भी ये चीज सीखी है. In English grammar, like there are something known as formal, there are something known as informal. Okay, so our natural language or the way we speak naturally is very informal. Okay, we sometimes don't follow the correct grammar, sometimes we don't follow the right verbs. Yeah, we mess with tenses a lot. Agree or not, we mess with tenses. Probably I'm the only one who mess with tenses. Cool, you guys are really awesome. Okay, so computer languages are written formally. Okay, so we have to follow some sort of fashion, some sort of syntax. Okay, so formal languages, like for example, the very simple example, you have written the letter to the editor, letter to your principal. So that has some sort of fashion, like you have to write it to address, then to editor, then salutation, subjects, then body, then you have to do signature. So this is the syntax of writing a formal letter. So similarly, computer languages are written formally. Okay, they have some sort of declaration, initialization, usage, calling. So these things we have to follow very strictly. Okay, and yeah. So next is types of computer language, which I already categorized. The first one is the programming language. Second is the scripting. Third is the markup. Okay, so we have programming, scripting, and markup. So let's understand them one by one. So what is a programming language? So programming language is a set of rules and instructions. Okay, so there are certain rules. We have some instructions to give, and basically it got compiled completely and then got executed. Right? Examples: we have C, we have C++, Python, Java, and fun fact is we have more than 300 programming languages. We have more than 300 programming languages. It's a lot. It's a lot. 300 programming languages. It's a lot. Very big number. And programming languages are basically used to implement algorithms. So again, in the very first class, I told you about you first need to do a three things: problem solving, data structures, algorithm. Okay, then you have all these things. After completing all these things, you will go to the programming language is nothing but a tool, right? So you have the algorithm and you want to implement it, then you go to the programming language. Okay, so that's the second point, says it's used to implement algorithms. So we have an algorithm, we will implement it using programming language. I hope it gives you a nice idea what is a programming language. You can put doubts in chat, otherwise I will go next. Yeah, cool. Can I go for scripting language? Okay, so let's jump for scripting language. So what's a scripting language? So scripting language, basically they are the commands. There is something known as kernel. Yeah, operating system. Have you learned about operating system? Read about it. We have something known as kernel, OS, application layer. If not, yeah. Oh, good. We have some yeses. Wow. So in kernel, we what we do, we execute things. Yeah, kernel interacts with your hardware. Wow, a lot of yeses for this one. I was not really sure, um, but yeah, very good, very good. So kernel, what kernel does? Kernel interacts with your hardware. Yes. So what we have to do? We have to do commands to the kernel, right? So for that we have something known as terminal or command prompt, right? Which lies inside the application layer. So if you run your terminal and give some command, it will execute it, right? So and we have a lot of commands. Sometimes we have to write some series of commands regularly. Okay, probably you want to start your server, so there are some basic steps to clean the environment, to do these things. So what we can do, instead running all the commands one by one, we write a script and then we execute the script. So what will happen, all the commands line by line will get executed, one command at a time, one command at a time. Okay, so that's why I told you Python runs its code line by line, because Python is nothing but a scripting language. Yes, Python is a scripting language as well as a programming language. So be very very sure about these things. Okay, cool. So scripting language, what we have in scripting language, we write commands. So there are a lot of commands there. Generally executes one command at one time. Okay, and yeah, as I told you, it's like automation. Okay, you want to run your server, you want to up your network, or you want to down your network. So there are few things that you have to follow every time. So instead of writing all the command one by one, we write the script and it got executed automatically. How awesome is this? So these are scripting languages. So example, we have Ruby, we have PHP, we have Python. In the sector, we have a lot of scripting languages too. And finally comes your markup language. And this is the one you all guys came here. Markup language. So markup language is nothing but a text encoding system. Okay. So in these sort of languages, there are set of symbols. Okay. And those symbols used to control the structure. Okay. They manage the structure, how your document will look like, right? And not just HTML. Don't think like we have HTML as the only markup language. We have a lot of markup languages. Okay, we have a lot of markup languages coming from another markup language. That's also possible. Okay, so markup languages are nothing but text encoding system. Okay, so some set of symbols are used to control its structure, and it is used to control the way document is presented. Okay, so basically you have a document, right? So for example, let's say HTML. Let's pick HTML one. Assuming the BU BB code, uh, where it's written BB code. Okay, an example. Um, yeah, cool. I'm coming on. So basically, if you pick HTML can we have a lot of heading tags, paragraph tag, right? Strong, break. So all these tags we have. What these tags do, they sort of change the document. They change the way how document look like. So if you see one HTML page, right, one HTML file, and then you see the same file on a web page, they looks very different. Yeah, in actual text file, actual HTML file, you will see a lot of tags written there, angular brackets are there, there are a lot of things written. But in web browser, yeah, thank you, Manish. So but in web browser you will see nothing of them. You will not see something written as body, something written as header. No, nothing. So where these tags gone? So these tags are basically nothing but they are the symbols that tells the web browser you have to parse this thing. It's a very important word, parse. Okay, parse means to change. Okay, so parse means, if you, let's suppose you have written something in h1, so now browser will see this content is written inside h1 tag. That means I have to parse it and make it look like h1, right? What do you think about, like, what comes in your mind when you say h1 tag? So something which is bold, bigger. Yes. So h1 tag, how h1 tag look like? Yeah, heading. It's a heading one. It look bigger as compared to the paragraph. Cool. Yes. All right. So that's the markup. That's a markup, and it implies to all the markup languages, not just HTML. Applies to all other markup languages. For example, your XML. XML is a very nice, but it's strict. XML is strict, so we have to follow the strictness of XML, and actually we use XML to implement the strictness. Okay, although XML is actually used to share the data. Okay, if you want to transfer some data from server to the client, we use XML in older days. But now we have JSON, we have YAML, so we have a lot of other options. But originally XML was there, and it was also used to check the data, how correct the data is. Okay, we can implement the some strictness mode rules. HTML contains tag name, attribute value, attribute name, and text. Am I right? Absolutely, Rajesh. You're absolutely correct. HTML has all these things. HTML tag has all these things. Okay. Now I think you guys have a nice idea. So, what is a computer language? How we classify computer languages? What is programming, scripting, and markup language? So, it's very important to know the differences between them, right? Probably you all are from maybe BTech background, MCA, MTech, or probably you're doing BCA. So, and all these courses you will learn these things, right? You have to create web pages, HTML. You have to write some code in Python. Maybe you write BE. Yeah, actually BE also. But college will not tell you how many sort of category we have, why we are learning this markup, why we are learning all these things. So for filling that gap, here we are. We have to maintain a pace for everyone. Maybe you're a fast learner. Cool. All right, guys. So let's go back. Okay, we have the thank you page. Happy education. That's like you will see AD in red color. Okay, let me stop sharing and come back to our original slide. HTML. So we dropped here. Cool. So once again, let's start from the starting. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. We have not talked about hypertext, but we now know what is a markup language. Okay. So next time anyone says what is HTML, you can say it's a markup language, and then you can add few more things on what is markup. Okay. Awesome. Now let's talk about hypertext. So hypertext is a normal text having some sort of link. Okay, link to maybe some web page, maybe to some part of the same document. Well, with the next section, I'm not really sure about the schedule. I don't decide schedules. Okay. Yeah, one of my friend shares from one of my friend from Creator um, post a schedule, and we discuss ki, is it okay to have or not. But I don't actually schedule the topic. I actually decide the dates. Cool. So yeah, so stands for hypertext markup language, and second point is a markup language. Third, most widely used language on web to develop web pages. Right, it's a thing which is used to develop web pages, and it's most popular. Everyone use it. Yeah, and creates the structure of web page. So if you say ki, I know HTML, and I can make a website which will look like maybe Amazon. That's not possible. Yeah, really not possible. If you know HTML, you can't make a website which will look like Amazon, because Amazon website is a final product of so many things. Okay, The baseline will be HTML. Definitely, whatever they are doing at the server side, at the end of the day, they are creating HTML page. Okay. Also, there is something known as CSS. Okay, CSS means cascading style sheet. Correct, Rajesh. Cascading style sheet. So इसके नाम में style है. So basically, it's used to style your page. Okay, but that's also not enough. You need JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript makes your website live. You can interact with the website. Yeah, JSON is the actually an object. Okay, yeah, JavaScript is very important. You can there is one very famous API in JavaScript, which is the DOM. Yeah, we can access each element of your HTML tag using this DOM API. Okay, so basically there is a hierarchy in HTML document. There is a hierarchy. Correct. Document object model. That's awesome. See, you guys, you are already knowing a lot of things. I really appreciate this thing. Wow, you guys came up with the homework. That's awesome. All right, so that's the introduction to HTML. Now let's see some history part. Yeah, knowing history is very important. Like for any language, if you want to learn anything, you should know the history. Even it's very important for the job. So if you're going for a job interview, you should know about the history of that particular company. Okay, and that will really help you in the job interview. Okay, so if you go to the if you're sitting in the interview talking to your HR, maybe whatever the interviewer is, and you give the reference of their own company, right? So that will impress your interviewer. If you say ki in 2004 you started this project, and I'm very excited to join that particular project, so they will be like, you are following us from very long time. They will be happy basically. Yeah, hi. Okay, so history of HTML. So Tim was a guy who created HTML in 1991. Okay, but it was not released at that time. The very first version of HTML released in 1993. Okay, and that come with the name of HTML 1.0. And remember this thing, at that point of time, not a lot of people um, create websites. Okay, and if you get a chance to look the websites of 90s, yeah, if you got the chance to have a look on the website of 90s website basically, so it more like a brochure. Okay, or pamphlet, you can say. Probably you see pamphlet outside a restaurant, right? They put on the car um, wiper. One doubt please, this what is this MongoDB? MongoDB is nothing but a database actually. MongoDB is a database, no SQL database. Okay, don't have structure, don't follow structure. All right, coming back. So I was saying those websites look like brochure, not very awesome. It's just like some text written there, and that's it. Later on, the demand increases as the internet grows. The need of HTML grows actually. So you can see a very nice graph of HTML going up and up. Okay, so the very first version of HTML got released in 1993. 1995 brings us HTML 2.0 with all the features that were in HTML 1.0, and with the with some more um, it's HTML features. Okay, someone written framework of Python, I think so. Okay, you are replying for MongoDB. No, MongoDB is not the framework of Python. MongoDB is an independent database. Yeah, correct. Okay, guys, let's stick to the HTML one for the stream. All right. So in 1995 we have HTML 2.0. All right, and in 1997 we have HTML 3.0. Okay, you can see how faster we are getting the versions. Okay, but this 3.0 came up with the very powerful ideas, with the very powerful things. But the problem starts here. Actually, if you look into the JavaScript history, uh, you can relate. Okay, so when 3.0 came, it was very powerful, but the browsers was not ready. Really, the browsers was not ready for this thing. So the performance go down. The browser performance go down. Okay, and that time every browser, every new technology was struggling to came up. Right, even JavaScript. So yeah, doing the performance downside is actually very down, loss. It's a loss. But no worries, in 1999 we have HTML 4.0. Okay, and this was the widely used HTML version actually, and it was the version which was there for a very long time. It was there for a very long time. Okay, and very recently in 2014. Yeah, for 2014 is very recent. Right, so yeah, so current HTML version is 5, which was released in 2014. Okay, and it was nothing but the extension of the version 4.0.1. And I think 4.01 came in 2012. Okay, so yeah, 2012 was the year for 4.01, and its extension comes in 2014 with the name HTML5. And HTML5 actually brings you a lot of things, a lot of semantics actually, because in this era, browsers leave browsers, search engines need to be optimized. Okay, they want to search, or they want to look into your site, what you have as a content, like what content you have in the website. So if you know how browsers works, basically how spiders works for browsers, right? So you can read about it, like how spiders, what are spiders in web engines. Okay, so the semantics actually help these spiders, or you can say search engines, to get to know this is the header part, this is the navigation part, this is the footer part. All right. So these semantics are introduced. Plus, we have media sort of tags for you have a nice support for videos, for audios on the web page itself. So that was HTML5, and that's it for the history lesson. I don't go a very deep into history because it will look like a history teacher. I will look like a history teacher. I don't want to be look like a history teacher. It's so boring. Okay, cool guys. Any cool. So you are enjoying? Awesome, awesome. All right. So I have this table. I took it from some website. We have a source link here. Okay, but this picture is interesting actually. Uh, this side you can see type of content, and then you can see some HTML versions. 1.2, we have 4.01, then we have HTML5. Okay, and this is the purpose. So now we have some yes and no, basically Boolean values. So heading, we have in HTML 1.2, we have 4.01, we have in HTML5 also. But if you look at something known as table, so see table, we don't have table tag in 1.2, but we have in 4.01, and we also have in HTML5. Okay, there is something known as audio, like right, just now I told you about audio and video. So we don't have audio video support for HTML 1.2 or 4.01. We have audio, video, even canvas, everything in HTML5. Okay, even if you look at the CSS, you will think CSS was from the beginning, but no. CSS, we don't have CSS in 1.2, but 4.01 has support for CSS. HTML5 also have support for CSS. Okay, and similar for script tag. Script tag is for attaching your JavaScript. Thanks, Ranjan. Okay, so it's a very cool picture. You can have a screenshot of it. It will be nice to have in your gallery. So now let's go for your system requirements. Actually, for writing HTML code, yeah, we don't mention all. They don't mention all the tags here, but we that is for the idea. For idea purpose, we have a lot of content. We are not putting all the tags there. Okay, button is also semantic. Okay, as I mentioned already, the HTML5 focused on lot of semantics. Semantics mean whatever you are writing in the content, like whatever you're writing in the content, उसी के context में will be the name of the tag. Okay, so if you're writing a nav bar, so you have nav tag. So if you're writing maybe a header, so you have head tag. If you're writing a footer, you have a foot tag. So using this semantics, what will happen? Your search engine will know, okay, this is a foot tag, footer, this is the header of the website, right? So all these things. Earlier it was just head and body, which is not that much helpful for your search engines. Okay. Cool. So in system requirements, there is not a lot of asking here. So you just need any um, you know browser, modern browser. Okay, don't go for let's purana Java का browser निकाल लिया कि I will do testing on it this one. So don't do that. Get a modern browser. Modern browser includes any of your Google Chrome. Google is very helpful in the history of JavaScript also. The V8 engine. Yeah, if you probably we will take one class on JavaScript, then I will tell you about that. Okay, so for software includes nothing but your Google Chrome. Okay, I think it's the best for testing. I'm giving a pro tip: use incognito mode for testing. Don't go for the simple one. If you're testing your application, go for incognito mode. Secondly, you need a text editor like Notepad++ or VS Code, maybe Sublime text editor, whatever you are comfortable with. OS, sorry, OS no, VS. Yeah, it is used to submit the. It's not used to submit the button. It button type submit is used to submit the form. We will do all these things. Don't worry. Okay, and that's for the software. You can see there is not a lot asking. You can have a very simple basic configurations and it will work. Hardware also, you can go for Linux. You can go for Windows. You can go for Mac, whatever operating system you like. Okay, and you should have 4 GB of RAM. That will be okay. Minimum 4 GB. If you have 8, 16, 30 to whatever you. Today this class finished after HTML class. Continue or not? Probably in today's class we are moving toward the end of the session. So yeah, today this class finished after HTML class. Probably I didn't get the entire question. You can rewrite the question. Okay, so these are the system requirements. So and finally you can go for the installation part. So install the text editor. It's you guys can may already have text editors, but you can use this one. This is known as editor, ADITOR, editor. Okay, so who developed editor? I do. Yeah, I developed editor, and it's open source. You can go to my GitHub, check the code. You can download it. Okay. And I'm so obsessed with creating text editor. I have created this editor in three different languages. I created editor very first in C#.net, then I created editor in Python, then I created editor in C language. And I think the most powerful all of them among all of them was in C language. So I created text editor in C language. Okay, you can see the weight here, right? The same C language you use to create console application, I created a GUI one. And if you guys want to learn GUI applications using C language, you can check out my free course, which is free on YouTube. Go and check the course. Okay, it's free, and you will create you will create GUI application using C programming language. How awesome is this? Okay, and or you can go for VS Code, or if there is someone, how we can check YouTube channel name. It's Educators. From where I pulled these slides. ADUCATORS. Educators. You can search on Chrome. Maybe you will get my. You will get my channel. Okay. So these are the installation for your text editor. So yeah. And finally, this is the last slide probably, to install the modern web browser. Okay, go for modern web browser, not for ये पुराना Internet Explorer का version निकाल लिया और पुराना Java का browser निकाल लिया and we will start testing. Don't do that. Don't do that tricks. Okay, so go for modern browsers. Your Google Chrome, Firefox, Brave browser. I love Brave browser because it use something known as BAT. Yeah, basic attention token. If anyone is from Web3, blockchain, crypto, token, NFT, kuch to anyone? Web3? Nope. Ah, guys, it's Web3 something. So if you have the idea like how important discovery of internet is, similarly it is very similar to the invention of blockchain. Okay, so blockchain invention, I keep them on the same stage. Cool. All right. So this is your HTML5 introduction. So yeah, happy education about this. My education don't starts with E, it starts with A, probably. Yeah. Any doubt in this one? Please tell me. Any doubt? No doubts. Wow, you guys are so interactive. I really like this audience, this community. Um, we can create a small web page. Yeah, definitely. In upcoming sessions, we have a lot of plannings. I have a lot of plannings with Creator, a lot of plannings with my own platform, Educators. So you guys can check Educators. You can fill our form. You can register yourself to Educators. Can you tell the steps involved in creating editor? Okay, that's very interesting. Thanks for mentioning it. Why this didn't come in my mind? I can create a video about it. How about this? There is a form link in the chat window. You can use this form link, register yourself to the educators. Yeah, and thanks for the idea. Cypress, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Probably we will do in C language. Yeah, बहुत मजा आएगा. Python में it is very easy just to import some packages and it will be done. But in C language you will see the real struggle. You will see how we manage the text buffer. You will see how we manage the size. A lot of things are there. I have also created multiple tab, like you created in bigger advanced sort of text editor. For example, Sublime text editor have support for multiple windows. VS Code have multiple windows. Similarly, my editor, which is developed in C language, have the option for having multiple windows inside one single multiple tabs inside one single window. So it's a lot. Carbon. Yeah, I'm very excited. I didn't do any hands on Carbon. I really want to do. थोड़ा सा busy हूँ and a lot of things are going on. इसलिए मैंने hands on अभी तक नहीं करा Carbon पे. But I really want to do what they have created. Basically, it's for the C++ developers that want to update their application and not want to go to the Rust, because it's a very pain to migrate your current application into Rust. Okay, the earlier idea was to migrate to the Rust, but they see a very huge bridge. Like it's very hard, very painful to change your current C++ application to Rust. So they create Carbon. That's how developers works. If nothing working, they will create their own. That's the power. That's the power. I was not enjoying any uh, text editor, so I created my own. Yeah. Damn. Okay, guys. Probably if no doubt is here and you have registered yourself to do educators, that's awesome. You have joined the WhatsApp group. That's really awesome. If you have joined the Discord, that's once again awesome. You can also follow me. A lot of question I got, how we can reach you, how you can connect me. So you can connect me on LinkedIn. I got very active on LinkedIn. I got active on Instagram sometimes, but sometimes not. It's on and off with Instagram. But I'm on active on LinkedIn. I think you will find from Trader. Oh wow, 88 followers. Very nice. I have 88 followers on Creator. Yay! And you will find my LinkedIn link from my profile only. I think LinkedIn, Instagram, and you will also find my MetaMask public key. So if you want to send me any ether, you are welcome to do that. Send me the real one. Don't send me the test network wala ethers. Okay, I have a lot of test ethers. If you want to send me the real ethers, you can send on my MetaMask public ID you have in my Crater profile. Crater profile में सारी चीजें. Cool guys. Very nice to meet you all. I have a next meeting starting at probably 7 or 7:15. So we will bind up for today, and I will see you in the next one. Probably let's see what is the next what is the schedule for the next class. Yeah, thanks, Ranjan. Thanks. Bye, guys. Bye. I enjoyed a lot, especially today. Probably I'm in my oversized T-shirt.